A very good evening to all of you and a very warm welcome to Pratham Test Prep's YouTube channel. I wish you a very happy new year to start off with, and I hope that this new year brings a lot of joy, a lot of love, warmth, success and everything that you desire. I hope that you've had like a good New Year's Eve as well and a good celebration to the welcoming of this year. And on that note, we're going to begin with today's idioms. So today I thought we'll probably do some idioms instead of doing vocabulary. And we'll quickly look at some 10 idioms that relate somewhere or the other with music. Okay, so these are all going to be idioms that are related to music in some way or the other. Alright, and that's what we will be doing for the day. Okay, and so I'm going to show you the first idiom, which is beat the drum. Now for beat the drum, it's basically to try and create some sort of support for somebody. Okay, so when you're beating the drum, you're basically supporting somebody, saying a lot of things in support for something, somebody, some organization, any ideology whatsoever. So that is beating the drum. Okay, so let's look at the sentence. It says religious conservatives have been beating the drum for higher alcohol taxes. That means they're supporting this idea that there should be higher taxes levied on alcohol. Okay, so speaking in favor of something to try to generate support, that is beating the drum. That's our first idiom. I'm going to show you the second idiom for the day. Now for second idiom, after beating the drum, it's blow the whistle. Now when you're blowing the whistle, you're basically trying again to report an activity that's not very ethical or is illicit or is illegal. Okay, so reporting an illegal or unaccepted or unacceptable activity to the authorities is blowing the whistle. So if you keep coming in late, I'm going to have to blow the whistle and report you to the department head. That means I'm going to probably have to tell the authorities or say that there needs to be some action taken. Something on those lines will be blowing the whistle. So when you're blowing the whistle, you're basically calling out on illegal activities to the authorities. It's not something जो आप ऐसे ही जाके चुगली कर दो, तो that's not blowing the whistle. Unless वो चुगली is actually of something that is in fact unacceptable behavior or is illegal behavior, then of course it's called blowing the whistle. That's our second idiom. Taking you to the third idiom for the day, which is call the tune. Calling the tune is taking the shots, okay, or calling the shots. Basically what you mean by that is trying to take the decision that you want or trying to take control of your life or your situation in general. So that is what calling the tune would be. So if you're good at calling the tune, that means you're good at taking decisions, you're good at controlling your life, etc. Sentence: my staff has to do what I say because I'm the boss and I call the tune here. That means your bosses or your father, your mom, or whoever takes the most decisions in your house, that person calls the tune in your house. Okay, that person's the person who takes or makes important decisions and is controlling the situation, controlling the house or whatever that is. That was our third idiom. We did so far beat the drum, we did blow the whistle, and we did call the tune. Those were the first three that we did. I'm going to take you to the fourth one for the day, which is change one's tune. Now tune here would mean decision or opinion. Now when you were calling the tune, meaning you were calling for the decision, you're making the decision. Now when you're changing one's tune, you're changing your decision and changing your opinion of the other person, okay, of what you feel. That is changing the tune. So sentence: Jason used to dislike muffins, but now that he's dating a pastry chef, he's changed his tune. So because he's dating a pastry chef, of course he cannot dislike muffins anymore. So changing one's tune would be to change your opinion, your ideologies or your decision about something. That's changing the tune. So that was the fourth idiom. Let's head to the fifth idiom for the day. And remember that all of the idioms for the day are all based on music. Okay, so we did blow the whistle, beat the drum, call the tune, change the tune. This is the fifth one, which is chin music. Chin music is random chatter or a nonsensical baate karna is chin music, right? So meaningless talk that doesn't really make sense, that's meaningless talk, that's chin music. So can you guys please be quiet? Your chin music is distracting me from my work. That means unreasonable baate, irrelevant baate, या फिर जबरदस्ती की chatter, that is chin music. Okay, जिसको सुन के आपके टीचर्स ने आपको कई बार बोला होगा इन स्कूल, इज दिस अ फिश मार्केट और व्हाट, because it's just meaningless. There are a lot of meaningless talk. So that's chin music. Okay, so those were the 5 so far. Let's head to the 6th one for the day, which is dance to someone's tune. Now again, remember that when you're talking about tune here, you're probably saying, you know, somebody's influence, somebody's opinion, somebody's decisions, somebody's dominance here. So dancing to somebody's tune would mean that you're basically you know, getting influenced by them or are obeying them a little too much. So consistently following someone's directions or influences, dancing to someone's tune. So let's look at the sentence. It says, the city council always dances to the tune of the large corporations in the area. That means the city council does not, or the city council in itself does not have a lot of its own mind, and is in fact looking at large corporations and their directions, their influence, their impact. Okay, so that's dancing to someone's tune when you don't have your own individuality. This one is not a positive idiom again. So if you are listening to somebody a little too much, that's when you will say dance to someone's tune. That's our 6th one. Heading to the 7th one for the day, which is elevator music. Now I'm sure you must have like heard this sometime in your life. When you go to some elevator, some lift, inside of some lift, you'll always hear some piano tune going on, right? It's like, it's rather soothing, it's repetitive, right? And that's what elevator music is. It's pleasant but boring recorded music that's played in public places. It's not, again, don't think of elevator music something that you will listen to only in elevators. But a lot of these places like waiting areas and malls and lots of other places have this very mundane, boring, repetitive but rather soothing elevator music that plays, and that's what it is. So this elevator music's putting me to sleep, so let's go walk around the mall again. That means this is probably rather boring but also soothing music is something that is soporific. That means that it puts people to sleep. So let's move around that, and then let's head to the next idiom. I think this is the 8th idiom, which is face the music. Facing the music. Music here does not mean good things. Music here means repercussions, consequences of one's action. It could be good or bad, right? It really is, in that sense, it's whatever you're doing, uska jo bhi repercussion aata hai, good or bad, is facing the music. So sentence, I told you not to try to sneak in, and now that you've been caught, you're just going to have to face the music. That means the consequence here, or the repercussion here, is not good. It's actually a bad repercussion because you were trying to sneak in and you've been caught. Of course you will not be like prayed to and appreciated. So that's facing the music here would mean a negative consequence, right? It could also mean a positive one if it's a positive consequence. Next is for a song. When you're buying something really cheap, okay, when you're buying something for a very inexpensive price, very small price, that's for a song. So buying or selling something at a very cheap price is for a song. Let's look at the sentence. It says, wow, I can't believe they let so many things at the yard sale go for a song. That means they all were selling it at a very, very minimal price, or almost like a nominal price. बहुत ही छोटे उस पे प्राइस पे बेचते हैं. That's for a song. Let's head to the next one, which is whistling Dixie, and that's the last idiom for the day. Whistling Dixie is it's just some fantasy, okay, something very unrealistic, something that's very impractical, which does not make any sense. That's whistling Dixie. So if you think you can get a ticket for under $200 at Christmas time, you're whistling Dixie. That means you're basically, it's unrealistic. It's you're just thinking about something that is very, very out of practicality. So that is whistling Dixie. Okay, those were all the idioms that we wanted to do. We did 10 idioms, alright, and those were all based on music. Thank you so much for watching, all of you. I'm going to see you very soon, hopefully on Thursday. And again, I wish you all a very, very, very happy New Year and a very beautiful 2023. And I hope that you get all the success and all that your heart desires. I hope that this year is very lucky and you reach greater heights with every passing month. Okay, all the best all of you for the coming year. I'm going to see you next probably on Thursday, and until then, have a very good night. Take care of yourselves, all of you. Bye bye.